hasn't been that long, but we're all set to go again. PSGL PCF2 kicks off season 33 here in the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya in Spain. Welcome to a whole new era of F2. Let's join Richie to take a look at the calendar.
Hello guys, and this is the season 33 calendar for PCF2 and all the other PC tiers. We'll kick it off tonight at Spain, Barcelona, an amazing track. It's where we kicked it off last season, so it should be another great repeat, hopefully, tonight. Then we go to round 2. We're at Singapore, the Marina Bay circuit. Normally you see this at the end of a calendar, but no, it's at the second round this time. Another great track. Qualifying is key around here because it's very difficult to make overtakes. Then for round 3 we head off to France, somewhere you don't really see in league racing as much anymore. I think it's a great track. I've loved the track, and especially the Grand Prix IRL. Really, really great. So we should expect to have a good race there. Then for round 4, we head off to Austria at the Red Bull Ring, Spielberg. Another great track, very iconic. We didn't actually race here last season in PSGL, but we are back here again this season. Then we have round 5 at Azerbaijan, a track we don't see really at all because I just don't personally think it delivers that much great racing. It's a very difficult track. There can be a bit of RNG, but I'm sure the drivers at this level, will be able to fight through it. Round 6, another track. I don't think I've actually commentated over a race here ever in the past 2 years past year of doing my commentary, which is China, Shanghai. Obviously, we haven't been here for 3 years in real F1, but PSGL are going to kick it off here on the 6th of April. And then we head off to round 7 at Mexico, a track many drivers seem to dislike, because it can be quite a difficult track to drive, especially that sector 2 and sector 3. But yeah, that's where we're going for round 7, followed by Bahrain in the Middle East at Sakir. Funnily enough, where we had testing today. So yeah, that should be a great race. You see Bahrain on nearly every calendar because it's one of those tracks that's got to be on every single calendar. It's a bit like Silverstone and Spa in my eyes. You've got to always have Bahrain there. Then round 9, which takes us up towards May time, which feels like a life away, is Hungary, a track I really love. Overtaking can be scarce, but in general, I love this track. It's one of my favourites. It's up there with Zandvoort and Imola, the older style with the concrete curbs, and it provides that more aggressive style of racing around here. And then round 10, we're off to Brazil, another track that always provides great racing. And every time you race at Brazil, you have people going side by side into nearly every single corner, and they all come out, fine. Just sometimes one of the others are ahead. So this is a track I can't wait to go around. Unfortunately, we're going to wait till 4th of May. We end it in Portimao, a track I don't personally like, but that's where we're ending the season. For many drivers, that'll be great. For some, that'll be nightmare. And I'll be honest, I'm going to review the calendar on total. I think it's a really... Hang on. Hello everyone, welcome to PSGL, PCF2, for the first round of the championship. If you haven't already seen the intro, we had our little pre-show, which seemed to have cut out halfway through.
Really strange.
So we've had to cut in last second, but it's time, Josh.
It so is. We're ready. F2, going to be fantastic. I mean, this is our third different format in 3 seasons of PSGL now. Season 31 was F4, season 31 was F4, season 32 was F3, now season 33 is F2. So watch out, George and Jack will be in F1 next season.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. We've got a whole new season ahead of us, Richie, and the people involved in this look absolutely mega. We've got some new drivers coming into F2, some of the old guards still here. We've got a real battle on our hands, and I can't wait for round 1 here. 33 laps ahead of us for season 33 to kick off in Spain. It's a perfect number.
Oh,
Max
definitely.
Verstappen top today's session, so.
Well, but yeah, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait. But I'm excited to tell you the lineup, and I think Josh is as well. And you in the chat should all be excited. So we're going to read through the lineup now. Some of the drivers that are in the lineup might not be here today due to having reserves in place, but Mercedes, we'll kick it off with them. Jan Halliday and Andrei Tarabuki. So obviously Jan, he raced in season 13 F4 under the name Peso.
Yep.
Then in season 30, and I think he raced in season 31 as well, but then into season 32, he joined F4 at the start, did 2 races and got promoted up to F3. So he missed 2 F3 races and still managed to finish just 18 points behind Florence in the championship, P2, which is absolutely phenomenal. And Andre,
yeah.
I've seen him about near the start of the game. I haven't seen him too much as of recent. But he raced in F2 in season 30, and I believe he got something like 7th in the championship. So he's definitely one of the quick guys. So I think this will be a good team.
Yeah, I remember Peso he made his F4 debut in season 30, same race I made my commentary debut, and he just shot off the line in Portimao in race 1. Absolutely fantastic. Great pole position, I think, on debut as well. So not surprising that he got second in the title. A deserving promotion up, actually, for Jan, and I think he's definitely going to be one for contention to have the championship run in F2 this season.
Definitely. And the next, we have Red Bull, which is probably one of my favourite teams. We've got Drake Dempsey and Leonard Gertzer. So Drake, season 31, he won the F3 championship, and then he raced in F2 in season 32. He didn't have the best results in F2, but we still know he's got the pace. Obviously, he used to be in Alfa Romeo as an esport development esports driver. He's not there anymore. Obviously he's shown his worth to them in the past, hence why he got given a place there. So he's going to be one to watch out for. And then obviously Leonard Gertzer, same as Jan, raced 2 races in F4, got promoted up to F3 last season. And I sort of remember his dominant performance at Monaco in F3. I think he won by 16 seconds. Obviously, we haven't got Monaco in this calendar, but we've got tracks like Singapore, Azerbaijan, which share the same qualities or similar qualities.
And I like the fact that I know with F1 it's changed over, but the every other series is still keeping Singapore. And I think that's a great idea because it's going to be such a hard, aggressive circuit. It always goes an hour duration in esports as well. It's a tricky track to get right. And I'm going to look forward to next week very, very much. It'll be the perfect way to sort of kick off the F1 season as well when they are underway for practice the next day. So we're in for a very interesting day today, and I'm hoping as well that everybody just keeps their heads and gets through race 1 cleanly.
Yeah, and Beaners, I didn't realise how quick time is flying. We're going to go a little bit quicker through the drawing lineup.
Yes.
So for Ferrari, we've got Legend and Gianpietro, both former PS drivers. Legend finished second in the last season of PSF1, finished third in the season 31 of PSF1. Gianpietro, he has raced in PSF1 for the past 2 or 3 seasons. And I know that last season he did the last race as reserve for PCF2. So they'll be a quick team, obviously both from PS side, they know each other very well. And then my favourite team, which have only got a combined age of 26, is Cameron Dowd and Vincent Nyqvist, which is that is a team to watch out for. Cameron, he had an 18 consistent point scoring finish streak, the longest I believe in PSGL. And in season 32 at F3, he finished third, and he scored points in every race bar 2. And then in PCF4, he finished 4th, and he scored points every single race that season. Vincent, season 31, won PCF5. And I know him and his teammate Theo McKee in PCF5 in the McLaren, they gapped the people in second by 135 points.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at someone to have a exciting run in the championship, it's definitely these two as well. We had Vincent in F3 last year. Cameron's been following us around since F4, and he is a very fast up-and-coming driver. I love that you said it's a combined age of just 26. It's insane to think that. They're the youngest lineup on the grid, but they've got more experience as well, and I think they're going to be absolutely fantastic.
Definitely. Obviously, Cameron and Vincent both joining RHG very recently, so that's why they're together. And yeah, it's going to be a great pair. And obviously, they'll definitely be getting help from RHD as well, so that will be good.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then Alpine as well. Harlan Marquis and Floris Vyers. Floris isn't here today, unfortunately, but Floris, if you don't know who he is, he drove in esports 2019 for Haas. And then in season 39 season 29 to season 31, he did about 10 races in F2. Only scored 3 points, but then he came back in season 32 for F3, and he dominated the pack, didn't he? He did absolutely amazing, and he's definitely deserving this promotion. The fact he's not here today, it's a shame, but I definitely think he'll be one to be looking for the championship. Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, redemption charge for him, isn't it?
Yes,
go on.
Definitely. After it, we've got Tamas Gal and Yannick Schmidt. Tamas has done absolutely amazing as recent. In F4 in season 31, I remember commentating over him, and you probably do as well, Josh. And
Yep.
he only scored 8 points. I remember he got a P2 in Imola, and that was probably his best performance in terms of qualifying. But then
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it?
last season in F4, he won the championship. And in the first 4 races, he only scored 9 points, but he still won the championship at the end. 4 podiums in a row. So he did really well to get that championship. He went from like 5th in the standings to 1st in about 5 races.
And I think as well, one thing we're going to see is consistency is key in F2. So we're going to see some really strong results as well.
Yeah. You're right
having
there,
to
Josh.
sneezing like mad. It's hard to get your mic off as well. Because somebody's cut the grass and they put the thing in here, and all of a sudden I'm just getting nose things, which is not professional at all. So I do apologise for that. But everybody loves our comedy duos. But yeah, so F2 very consistency, and I think that's where we're going to see a bit of struggles for the drivers who come in and haven't scored many points in other leagues as well. Going to struggle. They're going to be aiming towards the back markers as well. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them. In order to see how they're going to actually stay in. Now, we've got 30 seconds to qualify. We're going to have to keep an eye out and see if they're going to stay in F2 or get dropped out throughout the season.
Well, we still have time to talk through the rest. We've got Aston Martin, Primoz Roglic, and Kamil Stachura. Primoz has drove in F2 for the past 3 seasons. You know, he's not always at the top, but he's always there to be able to, he's always got some good pace. He's always in the midfield. And then alongside him is Kamil Stachura, who finished 7th in the Polish F1 series last season. And from what I know, he hasn't raced with us in PSGL yet. I'm not entirely sure, but I couldn't find him anywhere. So I believe this is his first time. Williams, we got Milan Maya, who was he was drawn on points with Thomas Gal, but it went on Cape back. They both had the same amount of wins, so it went to the people who got the most P2s. Thomas had 1, Milan had none. So Thomas won Cape back, and then he was reserved for F3 in season 31. So just we saw him last season. He really done the best. Oh, it's soaking wet on the track.
Oh, wet quali for the first time. That's a good one as the green light goes on. We'll get on to that in a minute. No one's gone out yet because they didn't expect the wet weather.
Sabrino, we saw him in F3 last season. Didn't have the best season at all. Didn't score many points, but he's got the pace, and if he'll be on it, he'll be one of the quick guys. Alfa Romeo, we've got Jeremy. I can't pronounce his last name. And we've got Bogdan Moldovan. Obviously, I always talk about Bogdan, so if you've heard me on here, you know who Bogdan is. He won the Season 30 championship. He got rigged out of being promoted up to F3 in Season 31. So in Season 31, he was even F4 again. Got second. I think it was about 10 points between him and Leroy Brown. Then last season, he finished 4th in PCF3. And alongside him is Jeremy. I couldn't find much about Jeremy because I haven't actually seen him many places, apart from another fact he's in Vroom Esports. And last season, he raced in F3. And then the final...
a different name, hasn't he? He changed his name midway through last season, but he's been around for a couple of seasons now, and I think we're going to see him have a better performance in F2 than we have in Junior Series.
And then in the final team, we've got Haas. We've got Daniel, and I believe it's Kaya, or Kaya. I can't do Dutch pronunciation, but it's Kaya, I think. And he finished 7th last season in F2. So, he's definitely going to be with one of the guys on all the pace. And then finally, the last driver to announce, Toko Harding. Many of the PS fans will know him as TF Rudy. He won last season in PSF1, and the season before he got 4. So he's, one of the best on the PS platform. So we should be expecting to see a lot of him as well this season. But there we go. The full grid lineup.
And the green light is on for qualifying here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia in Spain. The rain is coming down and it is wet, which means we get the full wet tyres. No intermediates, so this is going to be an interesting qualifying session. Are we going to see anyone brave the Inters late on, or are we going to stay on the full wets throughout? But we're watching Harlan Marquez, Richie.
Are you actually telling me that we've got the use of wet tyres? Full wet tyres are actually being used.
I know, that proves it's only esports that use it, isn't it? I mean, IRL don't even have a wet tyre that can be used that good until, where is it? Imola, I think, coming up, isn't it? That's the 6 races coming up.
But just look at the chat as well. We got Cameron's dad. Let's go, son. Hello, boys. Hello, Cameron's dad. Nice to see you again. Bondrax, Bogdan, Goatee commentators. Thank you, Bogdan. You're a Goatee driver.
Hello,
Martin
Liam
Schindler says Tycho. I don't know who that is. Liam. Hello, Liam. Welcome in.
Look at that. Dream Team says Connor as well. Thanks, Big C.
LRB says shush, Liam. I don't know I presume he's speaking to Liam in the chat. Aldo said best commentator ever, thank you. Andrew says Mercedes for the championship, I can't lie. Maybe. We all love Tycho, of course we do. And then, come on, Agiano, Daniel, Tycho, Legend and Cameron. The reason Liam's put those 5 names there is because those 5 are all in Talent Factory. Primoz has retired on track.
Oh no! So Primoz won't even get
where he's retired.
Turn 9, so that's at Campsa. So that's the flat out section as well. So either he's lost the car coming through. It's down here actually, where you're watching right now with the Haas from Daniel. So it was at Campsa turn 9. It's a flat out corner, that one. So oh well. That's just going to go from bad to worse for the Aston driver. He's going to start at the back of the grid at best here in race 1 of the season.
We're going to go on board with Harlan Marquis now, a TF10 driver in the Alpine. Obviously, his teammate's not going to be here today, so he's got Modesto Mena alongside him this afternoon. Jan Hurday goes quickest with 30.517. First lap to be set. We'll stay on board with Harlan Marquis so to see if he can get past Jan Hurday's time. I was going to say the qualifying we should be seeing high 15s, but being as it's wet, we won't be seeing high 15s at all. So yeah, we can.
Sorry, Richie. Harlan went very wide, didn't he? Coming out that turn 10-11 complex as well. He's trying to fight the car for control as well. And he's doing okay, actually, coming into this section of track that's going to be taken out for 23. Yannick Schmitz goes top, 1:33.76. Halliday second. Cameron Downs is actually third, Richie, so he's doing incredibly well on his debut. Marquez across the line.
Second.
Goes second, 1:34.86. So Yannick Schmitz was quick.
Yeah, I'm on board with Thomas Gal. He went really deep into the chicane at turn 13, but he's corrected it now. He's coming at the final corner, turn 16. Let's see what Thomas Gal can do as he comes up towards the line. Big snap, you can see. It's not ideal. I'm not sure if he's running a dry setup or a wet setup because that car does not look comfortable. Milan Maya, we're on board with as well. This is just coming through in towards the final couple of corners, turn 14, 15 and shortly into 16. Gianpietro Agiano goes fourth fastest, so there's 30.583 there. And we can see Milan Maya up towards the line. Where does he go? Goes up to 10th, only 10th. And who was that? That was Tycho Hardy, up to 7th. Jan Halliday goes quickest again. Andrei Tarabukin, Mercedes 1-2.
So Jan Halliday's looking absolutely fantastic. Yannick Schmitz third, Daniel Culler's in 4th position, but look at Drake Dempsey, only down in 14th position at the moment as well. Nyquist goes into 12th position, Sergio Sabrino 13th as well, so the times begin to come down. Bogdan, I believe, still in 16th position, and now we see Drake Dempsey improve up into 10th position on the 1:37.49.
And the track's getting a lot better now for setting laps. Tycho Hardy was up by 2/10 in that first set to purple. Yannick Schmitz, first one into the 29s. Very nice there.
Oh, and round! Sorry to cut across you. Drake Dempsey coming through turn 3. He's done a 360 and kept going again. So the track offline is still incredibly tricky. We'll call the end of that now on the stream. And now Tycho Hardy through Campsa. I think that's what happened to Primoz as well. With Nickelback, he just comes through turn 9. The rear must have snapped, so he just hit the wall. So it's not looking that good. Also, looking at times improving, Yannick Schmitz and Jan Halliday have found some good setup. Yellow wall 3 sectors. Now we go back to green. There's cars everywhere.
Yep, and Tycho's let off his lap. We'll go on board with Legend. And he's just coming around the final corner. We have Bogdan up to 8th. And Legend cross the line. Where does he go? Goes up to P4.
Nice. That's a good time there, 1:33.07.
Board with Leonard Gertzap. He's just coming through in towards turn 5. Big snap there as he enters the exit of turn 4. Tarabukin goes second fastest with a 30.002 there. Very close to getting out of the 30s.
Daniel Culler goes into 4th position, 1:30.070. So there's not that much separation in the top 4 at all at the moment, which is great to see. And everyone's having trouble at turn 3, which is we're watching Leonard now. He's down in 19th position, trying to complete his lap time into turn 10. Flick the car. I think the rain is going to stay consistent as well, so we'll keep on with the full wet tire. Look at that from there, just snapping the car mid-corner through 12. It's struggling for grip out there, and if you go offline here, it can cost you an awful lot of time.
Oh, definitely. Really can, especially when it's wet. Modesto Maino's in 11th. Very nice from him. Both the McLarens have pitted, but still on board with Lenny Goetze through the final corner. Where does he go? 19th now. He goes up to 11th. Gets past Modesto Maino with this 30.612.
Decent time there, very impressive. As Nyquist, Cameron Downs, Marquez all in the pit lane. Dempsey in, Hardy in too.
3 seconds up on his time, and he's into the pit lane. He's hit the bottler over as well on the entry. Sabrino up by 2.5 tenths through that first setup. He's just coming through in towards turn 7 and 8. He'll be shortly in towards turn 9. That's where we saw Miklavčić spin.
He's 2.5 tenths up, Sergio Sabrino as well, so it should be
a 6 tenths. Oh. Very nice from Sergio. Purple set to 2 as well, and you can see round when they get to like turn 10, 11, they've got to really feather the throttle. Otherwise, they're just going to go round. It's a horrible place for traction in the dry. Never mind in the full wet conditions. Now in towards turn 14 and 15, the final chicane, which is actually being removed next year because of how much of a hassle it is. And now into turn 16, the final corner. Where does Sergio put his Williams? Currently down 17th, and he goes up to 7th. Very nice time.
That's twice now we've seen drivers improve exactly 10 positions as well. So the track is just about staying relevant
Jeremy,
to
tonight.
improve. Yeah, pushes Harlem down to 10th as well, but he's on an outlap still. Here's Gian Petro. He's gone into the pit lane, as Sergio Sabrino's done the same thing and has had a spin down at the 360. That's what's brought out the yellow flag. So everybody is still struggling here with grip on cooldown laps. You try and lift the throttle, you try and be a little bit light, the car's just going to spin you around as well every 5 seconds. This is exciting stuff. I do enjoy it.
Didn't see you went into second with a 29.8. The second drive to get into 29 is very nice qualifying from Yannick Schmidt so far. But also got a call Mercedes second and third. That is very good so far this session.
Yeah, not bad from Jan. But then again, as you said earlier on, Richie, second, of course, in the F3 Championship after missing only 2 races. And that was only really, I think if he was there for the entire run, we would have had a much closer season.
Definitely. That would have been really intense. Daniel Coe up towards the line. Goes third fastest in with a 29.881 there. You can see the track's getting a lot better now when it comes to qualifying. We're going with Vincent Nyquist, who's back onto a new set of wet tyres. He's on his outlap. He should be able to improve. Vincent, really good driver yet again. One of the youngest here. Him and Cameron only 13 years old. So they're really, really young, but really, they're really, really quick. And it's funny to say we have some drivers, I think Flores is about 23, which is mad because Vincent and Cameron combined is 3 years older than Flores. Which it's just ridiculous, isn't it? You think, Jesus, like...
Flores is the same age as me. Really? Oh,
yes. Wow. And the grids, just every time I'm watching an F1 grid on this game, it just gets younger and younger. You're seeing drivers out of 13, 14. I think there's one league, I think I commented the other day, I think there was someone who's 12. It's mad how young the drivers are getting, but that's good. Because Vincent and Cameron, they're what? 13th. 13. They've got 3 years to prepare for esports, which is a long time in the esports world. Hence, Haas have done really good getting them on board so early.
Vincent improved on time, not position, so it's a 1:33.59. And just look how much, that's what I mean, through turn 3, you're fighting the oversteer so much. And that's because turn 3, it's a long, sweeping right-handed down. Uphill. Yeah, it's uphill as well.
You've got to be really careful.
Turn 5 and Seat,
We'll go on board with Harlan Marquis, the person who set his lap first. I believe he's actually on a lap now, as we can see him coming through in towards turn 16. Harlan Marquis currently in 12th, his teammate then in 15th. Up towards the line.
Riding the curb, across the line,
to 6th.
And he does improve 6th. So look at that, again, exactly more half positions. It's look at Cameron Downs up into 7th position as well. That's a great time. Displacing his teammate Vincent Nyquist. 1:33.45 from Cameron, and he's done 3 laps on those wet weather tyres. Other people have gone in now to change over. Indicates to me, Richie, it might be a dry race.
It could be. We don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm on board with Togo Hardy. Purple middle sector. He's up by 2.5 tenths. In the first and second combined. He's currently in 11th in the Haas. His teammate up in 3rd. So if you can get yourself into that top 10, that'd be really, really handy for the Haas pair. Obviously, Haas are the ones who won the F2 Championship last season, Nika Bayana and Ismail Fassi. Obviously, those two aren't here this season, but we've got Tycho and Daniel taking their place at Haas. Tycho round the final corner now, up towards the line. Where does he go?
Surely it's
up
better.
Into 5th. Very nice there from Tycho.
11th to 5th, not bad. 130.262. And look who's come out on an outlap now as well. So does Sabrino. Jeremy coming out there as well. Now Leonard comes out too. And Drake Dempsey still down in 16th position, but out on a lap time as well. Bogdan Moldovan, who's been a fearsome competitor across F4 and F3, now gets his shot in F2 as well. Can he be a champion here or even a race winner?
Drake Dempsey.
Look at that. And you had it in him. A 129.748. Just had to find the right setup. Jumps up to the top spot. That's why he's an F2 GOAT.
Exactly. That is exactly why. On board with Bogdan Moldovan now, coming through in towards the final chicane. Turn 13 in towards 14 and 15. His teammate just ahead of him by a few hundredths of a second. Let's see, can Bogdan take the 13th position off his teammate and get himself up into the top 10? He comes round the final corner. Bogdan Moldovan up towards the line. Goes into 8th, where he got actually on his first run. So very nice from Bogdan. We're on board now with TF Legend, just coming through in towards turn 4 in the Ferrari. This is, Yannick Schmidt goes quickest.
Wow. So he's taking that down to a 129.717.
Marquis.
Sliding slightly. Oh, yeah. Marcus coming through in 4th position. Harlan's looking quick as well.
He is. He was up by 1700ths in his first sector, so we're going to stay on board with him now. Can he get through on Jan Halliday and put himself into that top 3? Harlan looking really, really solid so far in this qualifying session. As he comes now down in towards turn 10, is he up? He's up by 4,000. So it's not enough to gain position, but if he can gain a good maybe 1.5 hundredths in this final sector, he can get himself onto that 3rd position for now. But Yannick Schmidt and Drake Dempsey, very nice laps there into the 29.7s. Jan Halliday and Harlem not too far off, about 4 hundredths off each. And we can see now Harlem into the final corner, a bit wide there on the entrance to turn 14.
Oh, he's boxed.
He's boxing.
Oh, that's a bit of disappointment.
It is. Miller Mayer up to 8.
Yeah, he wasn't improving on time. Miller Mayer, wow. That was a stunning one there.
It's at 9th. Coming down through turn 9 now. He'll be heading into turn 10 shortly. He was down on his first sector. Is he up in the middle? Yes, he is by 1.5 tenths. Got a purple middle sector there from Vincent Nyqvist. He's coming through in towards the final sector now. Through 11, he'll be through into 12 and 13. His teammate up in 7th with a 30.063. Big slide there, but not too harmful on his lap time as he comes through into turn 14 and 15 now. You can see, hits the apex nicely on both curbs. Now into turn 16. Hits the apex nicely as well. Oh, big slide. Where does he go? Up to 8th. With that big slide, he's improved by 2.5 tenths, so he's got a good 10th left in the bag in that final sector.
For sure, that was such a perfect drift as well. We saw a lot of the F1 guys doing that today in testing, didn't we? Hamilton did it, I think Leclerc did it as well. They're all drifting up there massively. Oh, what's happening here? This is Andrea Talbukin as well, who's in 6th position.
10th.
Oh,
Andre's
looking fantastic here. Yellow all 3 sectors again. But 1 minute 55 left on the clock. Another snap of oversteer just coming out of turn 4. That was Repsol. This is Seat. And if you stand on that bridge, by the way, Richie, as well, it's a metal bridge. So as the cars go under it, the whole thing shakes and vibrates. It's so weird standing
there. That would be weird, yeah. Because you've been here, haven't you, at Barcelona?
Yep. Testing back in 2019. One of the best week I've ever spent in any F1 track ever. It's fantastic. And the Burger vans are
5 tenths.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Where's the... Oh, he's lost it. Made a mistake coming out of turn 10. Went too deep, didn't get on the accelerator. He don't think he's going to have the time here for pole position.
It's going to be close.
He could do it. I reckon he could go 3rd here, Richie. 3rd
It's possible. I'm going to say top spot.
You're going
to say provisional pole at the moment. I don't know if he will get pole, but at the moment he's going to go top, I think. With the 29, I'm going to say 6.62. Daniel Kaya! I said a 6.22.
You did. Well done. 129.622 for Andre Talbukin, but Daniel Judah goes top 129.505.
Jan Halliday.
SOS. Oh, Drake's backed out the lap.
Yes.
Oh,
Vincent's
Marcus
out
retired.
in the pit lane, but on board with Jan Halliday round the final corner now. Can he improve and get himself onto that top front row? He goes third.
Third. Second row of the grid. And Yannick Smith, I think he's going to be one to watch, Richie, as well. As Drake Dempsey only 5th, but it gets another run in it. Harlem Mooney 6th. And Yannick is coming around turn 10 to try and start a lap time. Can he take provisional pole position? He's going to have to run for it. But Drake Dempsey, coming into sector 1 in the mini sector, he was quite fast. And is it me or is the rain looking like it's easing through the first sector?
A little bit, yeah. 1.5 tenths for Drake Dempsey. Yannick Schmidt finishes 4th. Didn't get across the line quick enough, so that's all Yannick could do. A 29.717. Drake Dempsey, though, is still on the lap. He's coming through in towards turn 5 now on the exit.
It's a 10th up, Richie. 10th up.
Thomas Gal up into 6th. Harlan Marquis finishes 7th, I think.
Bogdan goes into 9th. Gia Petro goes 8th. That's Cameron starting 10th. And now 11th position is Modesto Mena. And Daniel Jenner goes faster again. 129.399. Takes provisional pole position. But Drake Dempsey is 2.5 tenths up on that time alone.
Yeah, this is looking good for Drake Dempsey now into the final few corners. Daniel on a 29.399. Andre Tarabukin's retired in the pit lane, so he can't improve. Yanni's coming through the final sector as well, but keeping on board with Drake Dempsey now into turn 15. Hits the curb on the exit into 16 now. Can he improve and put himself onto pole? Harlan Marquis!
He was the last one across the line. And Drake Dempsey only goes second by 0.006 of a second. The pole is split. It's a 129.355 for Harlan Marquez. Drake Dempsey's a 129.356. Incredible.
Thomas Gal into the final corner. Can he take pole on his debut at F2 up towards the line? Where does he go? He stays 8th.
Oh, he made that error coming out of the last corner.
But Harlan Marquis first.
Well done. What a qualifying. 0.006 of a second, Richie.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
Less than half a tenth in the... Look at that. 0.0... that's 0.049 separating the top 3 on the grid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a top 3. F2 does not disappoint.
What was his name? As David Croft once said, unbelievable stuff. After Hamilton overtook Leclerc's Perez. But look at that. 6 thousandths between Harlem and Drake Dempsey. Now, if I had to pick an Alpine before this race, I would have said Floris Wise on pole. I would not have thought Harlan Marquis.
Connor says as well. Connor McDowell says, not bad for 2 sacked Alpha drivers.
Wow.
See no evil. Hear no evil.
But yeah, really nice qualifying that from the 2 of them. Daniel Kyrosel in P3, we can't forget him. Really nice start as well. Cameron Day's improved up to 5th. Really nice from him. His teammate down in 13th, unfortunately. In the chat, USA, USA, let's go Drake.
USA, USA, USA. Oh, come on.
It's dry.
Good, good, very good.
But
we needed it to be.
Before we get started, we're going to have a look at a little word from our sponsor, GT Omega. There we go. We're back. 3 seconds to go. Josh, take it away.
The start procedure is about to get underway. We're waiting. Whole new era for F2. 5 lights are on. And season 33 begins now. Action in Barcelona. Great start from Harlan Marquez. Drake Dempsey will pull in behind to defend from Daniel Jenner, who's got the outside line down towards turn 1. Andrew Sharbukin's going to go on the inside line. Dempsey holds second position. Daniel's going to try and go right round the outside with an amazing move and takes second place. We've got a Ferrari off. It's Bogdan Moldovan and Gianpetro Logano who've gone through the gravel. Gianpetro's gone down to 15th, now down to 16th position as well. Cameron Downs looking at the inside of Andrew Sharbukin as well, going for 4th position. He's keeping it through. Going to try and swing round on the inside line. Into Seat, diving on the inside line. It's close. It's close. They're just about wheel to wheel. Amazing racing. Harlan leads. Daniels up to 2nd. Drake Dempsey down into 3rd position. Didn't expect that, Richie, as we watch Cameron battle for 4th.
Yeah, amazing. Onboarded Cameron as he comes through into turn 9 now. Just a 10th and a half behind. We've got a spinner at the back. That is Bogdan Moldovan. Round. But
and he's down into 20th, Richie, so I think that might be game over.
Could be. Still on board though with Cameron Dowdy's pace is a little bit better than Andre's at the moment, but just can't get through. Really good battle between them in the end of that first set to come in through up in towards turn 7 and 8, the high-speed chicane. Nearly a bit of contact there coming out of turn 6, but they keep it nice and clean. And you can see round in the final corner for the first time of PCF2 Harlan Marquez, 23.1 for the first lap time. Andre Terbukin also close to the back of Drake Dempsey, but Daniel Kaya, what an overtake down at turn 1. Round the outside and then took the inside at turn 2. Absolutely amazing from him. Oh, and he's round! Andre Terbukin!
Oh, what did you say? You need to leave the back of the box for that one. Look at that, down he goes. Andrew Sharbukin is down into 19th and he won't get past by Bogdan, and he does get past by Bogdan Moldovan. Oh, just continual mistakes keep happening then. And 2 of the top runners dropped all the way to the back. Harlem leads by 7.5 tenths of a second. Daniel Guller is up into 2nd position, but Drake Dempsey still in 3rd. And look at the battle. We're seeing now Yannick Schmidt is closing on Jan Halliday as they come through. Down at the Kamsa on the run down towards turn number 10 as well. And so far, it's follow me leader, but that's because the DRS doesn't get activated until the next 2 laps.
Yep, Jan there went a little bit wide and Yannick right behind. I hate that because it's Jan and Yannick, so close of names. And they come through into 13 now, shortly into the chicane of 14 and 15. Cameron Davis has got to get himself back into that 1 second gap, ready for when the DRS is activated, which will be this lap. Harlem yet again a 119.9. Really nice from Harlem so far. Really, really well. But I don't want to say anything too much because last time someone spun around after I said it.
Well, I'll say it. I've never seen Harlan perform this well this early on in a race. He's completely outshining my expectation about what he's going to be in F2. I thought he'd be a midfield runner, but no, Harlan Marquez proving that he's actually a top runner already. He's holding off everybody brilliantly. DRS open, so Cameron Downs actually dropped out of that 1 second. He's 1.3 back to Drake Dempsey. I don't think Drake Dempsey's going to get the DRS though on Daniel Kuller as well, because he's constantly flicking in and out of the second range.
Yeah, and you can see Drake's got to be very careful. He's nearly at that 1 second. He's out the 1 second, pops back in and pop back out again. But we're just on board with TF Legend now as he's coming through into turn 9. He was a little bit closer to Tamascal than he is now. He was about 2 tenths half a lap ago. But Sergio Sabrino, 3 second time penalty. Big shame. Gianpietro Giano, however, right on the back of Jeremy as they come through turn 10 up in towards 11 and 12 now. And very surprising to see Gianpietro in 15th. I thought he'd be easily in that top 10.
Yeah. He had that off into the gravel on the opening lap along with Bogdan Moldovan. Andre Sharbukin, by the way, has come into the pit lane. He's changed over to the medium compound tyres. Everyone else started this race on the hards, so they're going to go long into this race to stop.
On the back of Tamascal, up the inside into towards turn 1, gets through Tamascal before they even reach the braking zone. So that's Logan into 9th and out, pushes Tamas down to 10th. Also a take between Gianpietro Agano and Jeremy. They've both got off track at turn 1. Banging wheels there as they come through turn 2 and 3 now. Still on board to Jeremy. Is he able to get through on Gianpietro? No, he's not.
But look at Leonard, who's going to try and go on the inside for that at the inside at Repsol and makes the move up into 15th position. But Jeremy's going to hold it on the inside line. On the run into Seat, has to back out of it because Leonard could have just shut the door quite easily down into the braking zone. So that's put actually Jeremy down in a position. Gio Petro as well is going to hold on into 14th position, but we've seen him race better as well, of course. WR, he's in tier 2 there in the PC, and he's constantly always up towards the top 5, isn't he, Richie?
Yeah, that's what I was surprised to see him so far down in 14th. Yeah. And Cameron Dave's still around that 1.5 second gap. He's not able to get back into that 1 second, which is... And that's because Andre's gone round. Once Andre gone round, it just creates a bigger gap. And now, Cameron just can't get back into it. But luckily, he's not under too much pressure from Jan. So it's not, it's not all over yet. On board with Vincent Nyquist on the back of Tamascal coming down the main straight. Heading into turn 1 shortly. His teammate in 4th, so we'll definitely want to be getting to that top 10.
He's used 49% of EOS power, Richie, as well, and he's just saving up to 50. So he's in the first 5 laps used half his energy. Not good at all to have the push on as well. I've just had Ted Kravitz in my ears talking about F1 testing for some reason. So that was distracting because he was on about cheese. And I'm not even joking. He's literally on about cheese, trying to describe some flaws as he's watching the cars out on the track. So thanks, Ted. That's Ted's notebook, everybody. That's coming up as well. Looking at the action on track, Vincent is closing down the back of Tamascal for 10th position, the final points paying position. But Vincent, as well, as we said, one of the youngest drivers on the grid, just 13 years old, was in PCF 5, won by 135 points, then got moved up to F3 for 32. Great start, as well as you say, Richie, but he had a difficult second half of the season when the calendar got changed around a little bit.
He did, yeah. First race, he's looking for a P2, got a penalty drop down to, I think it was 5th, because he had an incident with Modesto Maynor on lap 1. No, not lap 1, sorry. Turn 1 after a safety car at Spain. Let's hope he doesn't repeat it. And then second in round 2, I can't remember what track that was. But then after that, he kind of fell off throughout the season, which is a big shame, but obviously he's proven his worth here now. Actually, we're going to go on board, because I need to scroll all the way down, to Daniel Kayat on the back of Harlan Marquis.
So sorry, never mind. I was just looking at Daniel at the front of the field because he was closing dramatically. You knew where I was going that one, didn't you, Richie? Because he was having a little look on the inside to turn 1, but backed out of it. That's allowed Drake to close in, and look who's now within a second. Cameron Downs.
Yes, exactly. He got about 4 tenths on that last lap. In the chat, the pole time was a 1:29.350 from Harlan Marquis. It was a 1:29 because it was soaking wet on the track. Yeah. Vincent Nyquist, fast guy in Sweden. He is a fast guy. He's up in 11th. Turbo, you can just hide in the pit lane and he can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no one drowned. It's just in the pit lane. But Harlem at one point was around 9 tenths ahead of Daniel. Nearly got out the 1 second gap, but now he's been put back under pressure again as Daniel's back within a couple of tenths because he's able to benefit from the DRS. Again, Halliday now is the one at risk of losing the DRS to Cameron Dowds.
So this is going to be perfect, yeah.
It's all changing up. The top 4 are the ones, I'd say the top 4 are the ones that are in it to win it at the moment.
Are we going to have a DRS train down towards turn number 1? That's what we need to have a look at. Can Daniel have a little run? I don't think he is. This is the problem with Spain as well. It's limited overtaking spots, so you've got to be creative. But he is so close on the brakes and towards turn 1. Harlem is going to be feeling almost his breath on the back of the neck there. He's going to be right on him constantly.
Yeah, definitely. In the chat we have Daniel Kai for the win. Maybe. I'm going to go Harlan Marquis though. I think he can do it. I've commentated over him too many times. And actually, Harlan was the one who coached me back this time last year. Back last Feb, he coached me on SRC. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I've known Harlan for a long, long time. So it'd be nice to see him win a race here at F2. He's been in F4 and he's been in F3 the last few seasons. Now he's into F2 and could be looking to win his first race here in F2. Daniel, he finished 7th in the last season at F2. He could be looking for a top 2 as well. Jonas says SRC beast, indeed, Jonah, indeed.
I wish I was kidding about the cheese, but I'm watching it now, what he was on about. It's an interview with an AlphaTauri boss as well, and he's cutting holes in cheese. Ted Kravitz never changed.
He was talking about the car floors, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Also, actually, I forgot. Everyone in the chat, let us know, what did you think of testing? Obviously, it doesn't really show us too much, but it's nice to see the cars back on track, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Chris Wilson says, come on, Harlem. Woohoo! Suey!
Well, you're going in for that one. That's getting clipped in further review, isn't it?
Yeah, that will be clipped. That was cringy.
Yeah, you've sort of put yourself in that position now as
Yeah.
well. So everyone's now within a second, bar Gia Petro, who's down in 13th position. So the top 12 all separated by at least half a second. But no one's actually going for overtakes because it's a difficult part of the track to overtake on, all in a train. And the hard tyres don't create the opportunity for overtaking. So we're basically stuck like this until around about lap 18, 19, when everyone comes in and puts on the jolly old medium compound tyres.
No, this is F2, Eduard's GG. The title isn't wrong. No, F3 started at 7 p.m. GMT.
We've moved up.
Yeah. A lot of these drivers were in F3, in fact, last season, but a few of them moved up. This is going to be a good race. It really is indeed. The last few laps, I'm excited to see.
I am.
It's going to be good. Really good.
F2 is always exciting.
Obviously, we saw
as well.
the last lap battle between Thomas Ronhaar and Jona Motmir. We're not going to get into it in too much detail because it seems to cause a lot of controversy.
I got asked this on my watch-along stream of testing, and I negotiated it perfectly, I felt, in terms of it. Gia Petro has just set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:19.897, and he's trying to bring himself back in the second margin to keep the DRS, because right now he's on his own. The Sergio Sabrino, the only driver with the penalty, 3 seconds for exceeding track limits early in the race. Yeah,
really big shame for Sergio. You know, he was looking quite quick in qualifying, but got the 3 second that would drop him down to, I believe, 18th, which would be ideal for his first race here in F2. But I suppose it is what it is, isn't it? It's a Spanish driver in the Williams. His teammate
actually
is down in
Richie,
18th.
I just had a thought. Richie, you can see my camera still, can't you?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding when I say he's talking about cheese.
I'm looking.
See? He's talking of cheese.
Oh, the cheese board thing.
Yeah, he's literally cutting it. Cheese. I'm not even joking. I just showed Richie my camera because
Josh is correct. He's cutting into cheese.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. But there's worse things than having Ted Kravitz whisper Gorgonzola in your ear when you're commentating an F2 race, is there? And look at that. Sorry, who was that in the back? Making him one of the McLarens was having a run. I think that was into Nyquist, who's closing on Tamas Gal in 10th position. We'll keep an eye.
Well, noticing, actually, Jan Halliday on the back of Cameron Dowd. Cameron go defensive now, the inside, moves back out to the outside, and that is all that Jan can do. Can't get through on Cameron. So it seems Jan's got a bit of a better top speed compared to Cameron so far, as they fly through turn 3 towards turn 4 very shortly. Also right behind the Red Bull of Drake Dempsey. Daniel and Harlem, closer than ever. There's about 2/10 of a gap there. So these two are definitely going to be in it for the win. I think Drake and Cameron could get involved, but I think realistically it's between the top two.
It is. It looks like it as well. I think we better keep our, we don't want to say anything about, I wonder who's going to have, I wonder, everyone's so paranoid at the moment with the cheat codes that are going around as well. And do you remember when cheat codes, Richie, used to be, oh, look at this, you get a great car on the Simpsons Hit and Run. Your car doesn't blow up, things like that. Fun little things like, or like the bonus tracks and F1 97.
See, for me, I know it's a bit of a different game, but when I used to think of cheat codes, I used to think about in the old Lego games when you could put the little six-digit code in, then you get a free character. That's what a cheat code is to me.
That's a cheat code.
Nostalgia.
Oh, let it just pass Sergio Sabrino, but I feel that was a planned move considering the fact that they're all being dropped off by 2 seconds now. And look at Jan Halliday, he's got that DRS on the run towards turn number 1. And Sergio's into the pit lane, by the way, and he's going to retire, I feel.
Probably.
Cheat
codes in the old GTAs, yes.
Oh, God, getting the jetpack in San Andreas.
I remember you used to do the things with the controllers, and you'd do like the, what was it, like left, right, up, down, A, B, trigger, and Then in the old GTA, GTA, you can still do GTA 5, GTA 4, and all the past ones. Exactly. Them are the good cheats we like.
Yeah, San Andreas getting a good motorcycle and just going around the parking lot for hours and hours and hours, commentating. Oh God, I miss it. I do. Sector 1 yellow, because that car's come back up the track from Sergio Sabrino. That's a disappointment.
Big shame for Sergio, though.
Yeah, it is, and he's debuting F2 as well.
Legend, right behind Modesto Mena, into turn 10 around the outside. Modesto breaking a little bit later, a bit of snap. That lets Legend through. Into P8 now for TF Legend. Really nice start. He was started actually, I think it was 11th. Moved up on Tamas, moved up on Modesto now, puts him into that top 8. Really nice start so far. His teammate, unfortunately, down in 13th. So that is a big shame.
That so Sergio Sabrina's car's come to a stop now at turn 4, Repsol, and the field's about to go through there, which means the game might automatically trigger either a virtual safety car or a safety car.
No,
because that's how it works.
Just
It's gone.
in time,
Thank goodness for that.
Oh, and Vincent and Modesto fighting down towards someone, and with Tamascal. Vincent, is he going to do it? No, he can't. He's still going to fight it though as they come through turn 2, now rounding towards turn 3.
Jeremy's passed Leonard for 14th position as well. Now, can Vincent have the move on the inside into turn 4, Repsol? No, he's thinking about it.
Oh,
went ghost.
Desync.
Oh, no. That was Modesto Mena, isn't it?
Yeah,
and he's dropped down to 18th.
It says he's in 18th, but if you can still see, look, he's just ahead of Primoz Miklavčić.
Oh, Modesto Mena's left the session. So
I'd just like to comment, Josh, Primoz was last in qualifying. He's 11th.
Good. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? Leonard's down in 16th position. Leonard's 16th.
Yep.
Leonard's made an error. He's hit the wall.
No front wing.
Oh, what's happened? He must have got the oversteer coming through turn 7 and 8 that you get that chicane. He's lost his front wing, so he must have hit the wall and bounced back around.
Yeah. As we're on board with Daniel Koynet as they come through the final corner, turn 16. Ready to start the 13th lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. Pit stops, I believe, will be around lap 18, 19, maybe a little bit later, I'm not too sure. And that's when we're going to see, you know, the overcuts and the undercuts. That's when we see the real battles for the lead.
Yeah.
You know, Harlem is looking comfortably in the lead now. He's not going to be overtaken by Daniel anytime soon, I don't think. But he could pit one lap before Daniel and end up 2 seconds behind on the exit of the pit lane after he pits. So you've got to make sure you time it right. And because Harlem's the leader, he's most likely going to be the one that has to instigate the pit stops. He'll most likely be the one to pit first unless one of the others wants to go for a gamble.
Leonard's come in and put on the medium compound tyre. Milan Meyer has just moved up into 13th position ahead of Jeremy. Just to let you know what's happening down there in 13th position. That was a second ago. And now Daniel is 5 tenths behind, but I think he's under more pressure, as you say, Richie, from Drake Dempsey is Gian Petro. And there's more contact.
Primoz.
There's more problems in Kamsa.
Primoz, he's round at turn 8. Turn 7, turn 8. Really big shame for him.
No damage.
Considering I said, oh, he's done well, he went from 20th to 11th.
Your commentator's curse is working more powerful tonight.
It is. It is. And I still remember this moment. We come here, where that Haas is right now. He's riding him between Jack Humphries and Jona Martins. That was last season, wasn't it? F3. It was a McLaren, and I think Jack was in the Aston Martin, I believe. Gianpietro goes for the fastest lap with a 19.870 as they come through onto lap 14 of 33. Nearly at the halfway mark. Nope, Miller May said, no, I'll take that. As he comes across the line.
I don't know when,
3 tenths quicker than what Gianpietro could do.
I was just watching Matlovic as well come across the line at the same time that flashed up, so I don't know where that came from, unfortunately. But, yeah, Drake Dempsey is closing in. And actually, Cameron Downs is right there. Drake Dempsey's holding up the traffic here. Cameron's looking a bit busy. Is it possible that he gets a podium on his debut in F3?
F2.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, Drake, is he outside the 1 second now? He's not got DRS.
Yeah, he's out of it. This is going to be Cameron.
But look at Daniel, he's nearly out of it as well.
Oh, he is out of it.
This is getting spicy.
This is going to be fun.
But can Drake hold it in? 9.5 tenths, 9.8 tenths. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close. Cameron Downs, look at him. He's like, yes, stay out that DRS. I want it. As they come through. Harlem pits.
Harlem pits. I think Drake Dempsey in 2. So Daniel takes the lead with a 1:19.517 fastest lap as well. Cameron goes to second. So now the battle is on to see who's going to have the overcut or the undercut. Very crucial 2 laps coming here.
Yep, on board with Jan Haldane now as they come through turn 2. Question is that undercut going to work for Harlem and Drake? And also Tamas is in as well. All onto a new set of fresh medium boots as they come through.
Is that an early call?
Taking
the medium compound 18 laps.
Should work, and Gianna says, I guess Harlem wants to stay P1 on the track. But Cameron, just about 1.9 seconds to Daniel Koynet as they come through turn 7 and 8. Not much battling going on now, but once we see Daniel pit, which might likely be this lap or next lap, and Cameron, that's when we'll see the real battling.
I would box this lap. You've got a good enough lead at the front, over 2 seconds to Cameron. You've got a big enough gap to the rest of the field because Harlem's tyres aren't yet up to temperature. I'd box this lap, try and take the advantage and have tyres that go. Will he come in though? That's the question.
Let's see.
Watching it now.
Aboard with Daniel as he pits. Let's have a look. No, he stays out. No, he pits. Yeah. He pits.
Oh, he has
Cameron stays out. Jan stays out. So Daniel going for it, but Cameron and Jan are going for the longest stint because Yannick also pits.
Cameron crossed the line before we saw Daniel do it, so Cameron officially has led a lap.
Yes.
So well done. If Cameron's dad knew you're watching, big round of applause. He's officially led a lap.
Yeah, very nice from Cameron. But it doesn't matter because he's still got a pip, so it's not all done and tidy yet, as we can see. Yep. Yeah, Vincent also pitted, so I guess that means that Cameron will pit this lap because obviously his teammate pitted last lap. We don't want them to be held up with each other. I don't know what the gap was between the two, but. And Cameron starts laughing in the chat.
I thought so.
Oh, the spinner! It's Harlem!
Oh no! Harlem's out! He's out! He's out! Harlem Marquez, after domination, is out of the opening race of the F2 season. Is that going to cause a safety car?
Is it? Is it? We're not going to get a safety car.
It's on the outside turn 3. There's no safety car or virtual even coming out.
We're not going to get a safety car. That's a big surprise.
Usually it does, doesn't it, if you're a tire track?
Hang on. Yellow set to 1. Is it a safety? It's a safety car!
Brilliant news for everyone who hasn't stopped. They get a free pit stop. Box now, Cameron, into the box. Do not make the mistake you did last year. That cost you the F3 title. He's into the box. Halliday's in. Camille as well is going to come in as well.
Everyone's going to be in. But look.
Brilliant. I reckon even those who picked onto mediums will come in for a free stop.
Let's see, does it? I don't think so. But let's see, does this help? Is this going to bring Daniel out behind? I think it will.
Because Daniel then goes fast like in the pit lane. Daniel's coming out the last corner now, and Cameron is already leaving the pit lane. Cameron Downs will leave the pit lane. And
but actually,
does he lead? There's an Alpine just there. That's Jan Halliday. Well, who's taking these?
Wait, who's that? Oh, that's Modesto Mena.
Modesto Mena, he's a lap down. So Modesto Mena gets his lap back. So where is Jan Halliday? He's second place.
Camille Stachera.
Daniel's 5th. So the Cameron Downs has got the best look of all and takes the lead with a brilliant timed pit stop.
I'm sure Cameron's daddy's going, yes, yes, right now. But, right, Josh, let's just say, 2 laps ago it was Harlem leading from Daniel, leading from, was it Drake? Now it's Cameron leading from Jan, leading from Camille. This is madness. This is absolute madness.
That's the way the cookie crumbles in F2, Richie.
As I always say, Peso is my goat. Peso is amazing. Peso will be in the Snapchat group after being, yes, I presume. Cameron, also, nice to see him leading the race. Cameron says, yes, my boy, the pressure sure is there.
It is indeed.
Jensen says, Cameron now cooking as well. Indeed, this is getting interesting for both TF and RHG and Cameron. This is looking great, but also he's got the pressure of Jan behind. And he says he's never had this look. Well, he has got it today. As we're just actually hitting the halfway point of the race, but Harlem Marquez out of the session after having such a, I wouldn't say dominant lead, but having such a solid lead, and he's now out the session, 18th.
I've got some IRL F1 news, by the way, about Lance Stroll. We've had a confirmed update. He has broken both of his wrists.
Well,
and may have to miss the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia Grand Prix.
So that's Drugovic in for the first 2 races.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen last year with Stroll?
Vettel.
Well, they just swapped it around this year. They thought, actually, we'll give it to Stroll this year. Yeah, that's not ideal.
I assume then that Nico Hülkenberg must be one of the widest people ever in Formula 1 to drive 2 cars at the same time, as he's their super sub.
Oh, is he?
Well, remember, Hülkenberg was in the Racing Point for Stroll at the British rounds in 2020.
I do wish Stroll well. It doesn't sound very comfortable at all, does it?
Yeah, breaking both your wrists.
The thing is, though, he's missed out on testing, and then he's going to miss the first 2 Grand Prix. He's going to have no experience in that Aston Martin at all.
And then he's going to go to Australia, which is now 4 DRS zones. It's going to be one of the fastest races of the season.
Not ideal.
What did Fernando Alonso do? I mean, I know he wants to be top.
Well, I saw a clip of, maybe I'll have to send it to you later. I don't know if anyone else in the chat saw it. I saw a clip of Fernando no, sorry, it was a man on a bike and he got hit by someone from behind a black car, got hit slowly. And then the clip was Fernando Alonso in a rally car.
Well, I must admit, all I'm saying is Lance Stroll got run over on a push bike in Spain. Who's Spanish?
Here we go, Josh. The safety car's going to be in.
It's
ideal. Thank you, Josh. It's ideal for Cameron, ideal for Jan. But Camel also in the mix as well. This is going to be an interesting start. You can see them all squiggling about, snaking around. The final few corners, turn 12 now in towards 13, very slowly. Cameron getting ready to lead them away. Into the final few corners at the chicane. He's up. We'll go on board with Jan to see how he gets away. Cameron's gone. He's gone. Or has he? Yes, he has. Final corner. Cameron is now gone as they begin for lap 18 of the Spanish Grand Prix. You can see Jan's starting to gain on Cameron, but it won't be enough as they're still warming up their tyres going down the main straight. Also, Modesto Mendes is 27 seconds behind. Primoz, I think, has gone round. Yes, he has. The final corner. Primoz is round already. He's now down 16th. But Legend on the back of Camel Sancho, just about 2/10 between those two as they come round towards turn 4. Vincent Knight is getting past Miller Mayer round the up the inside at turn 3. And I don't think Millen's close enough to make a move. No, he's not. He's going to be stuck behind. But looking, Yannick Schmidt on the back of Drake Dempsey to come through in towards turn 5. Very surely up to turn 6. This moment here was where Drake spun last season on the first lap of the race and lost it all. This time he hasn't done that. But still look at Yannick Schmidt, 1.5 tenths now behind Drake Dempsey as they come through turn 9, basically bump drafting the back of that Red Bull as they come down the main straight, well, the second main straight, and he's gone for the move! Oh, but he backs out. Primoz round again.
Yeah, that's the second time down at Kamsa as well, so he's done a 360 once again, but Yannick Smith's looking absolutely feisty, isn't he, Richie? He's pushing like crazy. He might get through even before the DRS, and
he's round again!
Oh my word, he just retired. He must have a puncture. Has to have a puncture to that round.
Or he's just got really, really hot tyres. He's got no front wing either. Cameron Dave's fastest. Oh, I forgot then.
Good.
I forgot he was leading. I went, oh, he's fast. I'm like, yeah, he's leading, that's why.
But going to make any move? No.
Yannick Schmidt yet again on the back of Drake Dempsey as they come through in towards turn 1.
Too much
on the map, 2.5 tenths also. Vincent Nyqvist. I keep getting it wrong. It's Nyqvist, not Nyqvist, right? Vincent Nyqvist on the back of Tamas Gelt, the Hungarian, as they come through turn 3 and shortly towards turn 4. This is where we saw both Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen go off last year in the real F1. Also, and he's round again.
And he's on track. He's on track, Richie. So tied on track. That could be another safety car. He's on track at the last corner. That could trigger a safety car. Gone green.
Wait, so, well, all I'm going to say is, right, listen. Yona's in the chat. Yona, all I'm going to say is this is reminding me a little bit of Monaco with you. When you, I think, was it 3 times you spun? The one of them you went for a bit of a 316 style. The second one you ended up going straight at turn 1. It's reminded me a little bit of that.
Right. I'm staying out of this.
Well, I'm now probably in big trouble with Yona.
You're making all friends today in F2,
listen,
aren't you?
I joke about it. You know, it wasn't the best thing he did then, but who cares? It's over. All the breaking DRS until you have nothing left.
Oh, DRS enabled. Here we go then. Look at Vincent.
Cameron's burnt it all.
Oh, no, that's going to be horrible for defensive tactic as well. Cameron's on 3%. Yeah, but he's got a second to Jan too, who's on 33. Oh, 33 seems to be a lucky number today, doesn't it? 33 laps to start off season 33. 33 topped the times in testing with Verstappen as well. Now 33% on the DRS energy.
My pedals are tied to my rig with tie wraps. Wow. But yeah, Jan outside the 1 second. Crucial, there we go, for Cameron Dowds as they come through turn 9. The question is, Cameron's got to try and build his ERS back up so he can actually defend. But then again, you look at Jan. Jan's got only 11%. Kemel's on 2. Legend's on 78.
Wow.
So it's not ideal for the top 3, but Legend's loving this. He's like, right, well, I've got 80% battery. You can burn it all.
Give
He's
me
loving
oil
this.
in my lamp, keep me burning. That's pretty much what he's singing right now, isn't he? He's going
Basically,
flat
yeah.
out.
As they come through the final couple of corners, and oh, hang on, was he close enough? He's got the DRS barely.
He's got it.
Camille
He's got
hasn't got it though. Legend
Ooh.
has. So this is close. I don't think Jan's going to be close enough to Cameron, but I don't think that Legend's going to be close enough to Camille either. No. You can see he's not burning anything.
He's saving out. He's up to 80% now, nearly. So it's 78% now as he drops through out of turn 3. So he's keeping on the power.
Yeah, and Camille, 1.3 seconds now to Jan Halliday. So this is looking good for the top 2. Not good for Camille, but also looking good for Legend. So we could possibly see a Cameron Jan Legend podium, maybe. Maybe not.
Cameron's dad's good. If you curse Cameron, I think Cameron's dad might be on.
If I curse Cameron now, I will probably expect a knock at the door in the morning and probably a punch in the face.
Your P45 from Jess and Connor will arrive via email in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you have really got out. You've cursed 4 drivers in this commentary, and all 4 have retired.
Actually, I have cursed 4. Andre, I said he was doing great in quali. Sergio, I said he had a good start. Harlem, he was doing really well. DNF. Primars, I said he had a good start because he was 20th, went up to 11th. Well. Is there anyone, actually, anyone in the chat, is there anyone you don't like? I'll just commentate and curse for you, you know. Give you a free DNF. I could have punched that pretty face as Cameron's dad. Thank you, Cameron's dad.
Oh, look at Legend as well. He's going to run down towards turn number 1 with the DRS. Pulls to the inside line of the Aston of Camille, and it's up to 3rd goes the Ferrari.
Really
and
nice.
He's got that 64% energy. He's going to be on the back of these 2 fairly soon. But Cameron's pulled out the 2nd. He needs to Jan Halliday.
Yeah. It's getting close. Look at Legend. He's going to have to start. He's going to be burning a little bit more now.
He's 0.4 of a second faster than anyone in the first sector, Richie.
Really nice there from Legend. But yeah, look, he's burnt a little bit of his ERS. He's about 50% now. He's going to be trying to get back into 1 second of Jan. Jan, however, is he close enough to Cameron Des to get DRS? Let's see. As they come through into turn 9, is he close enough? I don't think he is. No, he's not.
No,
is Legend close enough? No, he's not. So this is going to get close now. Jonah says Legend's cooking something. He really is. Really, really is. It's coming through to turn 12. You can see all the cars flying through.
Legend's cooking an alibi for when he has to take one of these 2 off.
Is Jan close enough this time, though? We'll keep on board with Jan. Let's see.
He has got DRS. He doesn't have DRS. He does.
He does. He's got it. Legend doesn't.
Is he? No. Yes. Is he? Yes. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Halliday doesn't have the DRS. He was using ERS. He missed it just at the line. He didn't get it.
Well, his rear wing was open.
Oh, well, what's wrong with my data screen? Because I'm not seeing that. Sorry. Let's see if I can get this working now. I wasn't seeing that. I was going, what's happening? Why hasn't he got it? Yeah. Well, okay. Thanks, F1. Great software, as always, giving us the information that we need. Maybe I should just look at the rear wing then.
Well, that's probably the best thing to do. But then again, if you was looking at the rear wing, I wouldn't recommend using Max Verstappen's car as reference.
That is true.
Because we all know what happened around here with Max Verstappen's car. DRS decided to play some silly little games with him.
Indeed. Mate, I'm pressing the button. No, press it once. Don't press it 50 times, Max. But I'm pressing the button. It won't work. Max, once, Max.
It's like, even though I support Max, it's like talking to a child sometimes.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I honestly think when Max is in the racing car, he acts like a whiny 6-year-old.
But then again, there's also someone else who acts like a whiny 6-year-old. I'm not going to announce names, but you know who I mean.
I'm glad you didn't, because otherwise that certain fan base will be honest.
Exactly. Hence why I didn't mention the name. But look at this here. It's Daniel Koya gaining on Camille Stachera as they come down towards turn 1. Is he close enough to make a move? I don't know if he will be. Camille up to the inside. Daniel breaks on the outside.
Oh, no, look at that.
Whoa. That was close. That was a close one. But he keeps the position. Camille still up in 4th. And he's still charging after the back of Legend.
Where did Camille get that pace to catch up on Legend, though? That was just flat out into turn 1. Yellow sector 3.
That's Modesto.
Has he stopped on the track?
No, he's just
spun. Yeah, okay. So he's come out the chicane, right at the exit cut.
So on board, Camille Stachera coming through down towards turn 7 and 8. You can see Daniel just behind. Honestly, I cannot wait for the new Haas. The new Haas livery looks so nice compared to the old one. You've got to
Where's the
agree with me.
Alpha? Oh, is the Alpha only available? The new livery of
The
Alpha
Alpha is only available in time trial mode.
In time trial, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking why.
Because
But here
it's
comes Daniel around the outside.
Whoa!
Oh, my contact! Is he off the track? Yes, he is. Just keeps it on. My goodness me. Camille will get a bit of a ticking off from that, not giving enough room. He was in tight space.
It was a close one. But now towards turn 13 into 14 and 15. Look at the gaps here. 9 tenths, 9 tenths, 9 tenths. Look at this. Everyone's gaining. Legend's gone from 1.5 seconds to 1.0. Yatton's just within that 1 second. Camel's just within it. So this is going to be a battle for DRS. We're on 26 out of 33. So we just got about 7 laps remaining of the race as they coming through turn 2, shortly to turn 3. Legend 1.2 seconds behind. As Jan's... Oh, Camel's stature has left the session.
Oh. Yeah, he's ghosted.
So all that hard work for his internet, I believe, just to cut out there and then.
Second time that's happened today.
But that's not going to help Daniel Kaya, because look, the AI is dropping him outside the 1 second. This is really, really bad for Daniel. As they come through into 7 and 8, can Daniel get through on the AI?
Well, we had them mounted each other, now they're inside each other.
Worst part is Camel's AI's got DRS. But luckily, he's a close off. And ETA Rizap says desync. Oh no, that's not good at all. The thing is though, this has got Legend now outside the 1 second even more. It's got Daniel outside the 1 second, so it's now just about between the top 2 at the moment.
I just thought, can't go over him, can't go under him, got to go through him.
Well,
and he's meant to pit lane now.
Yeah. So that's happened. That's a big shame for Camille. Really big shame. He was looking for a good, easy top 4 there.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's in.
Oh, he's back as soon as he enters the pit lane, and he's left the session.
Oh, okay. Well, he's probably raged.
Josh, now, that is the next one of commentating cursed.
Oh, God, you did.
So that's the 5th this race so far. It's not ending well.
No, I'm a bit worried now about the power you have, and it's F2 race 1.
Well, let's just say, if I was here in 2021, Michael Massey would have loved to employ me. See, that's the thing I love. I even though I'm a Max fan, I still take the complete mick out of Michael Massey.
Yeah. No, Richie, no, that was so not polite.
Yep, Tosa will definitely won't like me now.
No.
But
although the Max fans are going to love you.
True. Well, they already do, so.
Christian Horner's going to be punching the desk. Jonathan Wheatley's going to be buying you chocolates.
You sure it won't be Red Bull?
No, it'll be definitely Jonathan Wheatley. He was the one who convinced
saving while in DRS, nice.
Yellow, someone's
yellow.
round. It's Jeremy. Jeremy's round.
Yep.
And he's got going again. He's on a 360 coming out of turn 12 and keeps it going, but drops him down to 14th place now.
But I can see their hypes in the chat. Engineering Jan, even though we say he isn't, he's engineering Jan. Because I know, oh, someone's down a position. That's Milan Maya.
Camille's struggling.
Holiday cooking, this is it. It could be. It's going to be close between the top 2. I think Legend's out of it now. He's 2 seconds behind. He's been battling with Daniel Kaya. So,
dropped.
But the thing is, look at this. It's a 1-3-4 at the moment for TF.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Cameron, Legend, and Daniel. Really, really nice performance so far from those guys.
Always confusing me that Cameron's under the R8G formation as well.
In other words, well, in my eyes, he's under Haas.
Yes, yeah. That's another one. He's driving.
But look at this now. Legend just losing more and more time. So he's going to be coming under more pressure from Daniel. And Jan's still going to be pressuring Cameron. But the question is he going to be able to make a move? Because he's 8 tenths back. He doesn't get closer than 6 or 7 tenths. So, you know, is Jan actually got the speed to get past on the straight?
I think he does. That's another question as well you've got to think about. As he come, look at that, Cameron weaving down towards turn number 1 as well. Legend closing in. It's getting very entertaining with a couple of laps to go. It is definitely the top 2. Can Daniel get through on Legend down towards turn 1 though? That's the question we're having to look at. It's looking very, very close to the tail ducks. Can't get through. Dear, dear, dear.
Yep. Still on board with Daniel though and Legend, because this is probably going to be the main battle so far as they come through in towards turn 4, lap 29 of 33. So we're over 80% of the race done now, probably over 90% of the race done. As they come through now in towards turn 6, isn't it, down here at the hairpin?
Yeah. That's Seat corner.
But Legend dropping more and more time to the back of Jan now.
Pushing hard. Going to keep it on the track as well. Just making sure that you get this to the end of the race. Let's take a look what's happening. Legend looking so good with all the EOS WTF happened, says Tom Roberts.
You can see now the gap between Jan and Cameron getting even shorter, 7.5 tenths now. Cameron with his nearly 0 ERS, Jan with 35%. So Jan's starting to save his ERS now. Could be used for a last lap charge as they come through to begin lap 30 of 33. So
this is going to be a grandstand finish.
Look down.
So the opening F2 race of the year.
We're going to look back at Daniel Kayap on the back of Legend now, coming down the main straight. Is he able to get through on him? Yes, he can. Yeah. The Haas up into third.
And look behind, Drake Dempsey's under pressure from Yannick Smith, who's trying to go around the outside as well into turn number 1. Oh, they do touch. Off goes Yannick Smith. Dempsey keeps the position. And Yannick has to live to fight another day, but I think he had the corner there and got forced off by Drake.
I don't personally think Drake did anything wrong.
I think it was just an accidental. There was nowhere to go, but he did get forced off.
Well, yeah, so we now got Legend down into 4th, Daniel up into 3rd. And you can see Yannick has that little bit of an overtake. Well, attempt at an overtake with Drake.
Yeah.
It's put him right behind Drake, and Drake's not got DRS. Then we got Tamascal, his teammate, just sitting in behind, so Alpha not having the worst week either. And Yannick won't get closer to make a move into turn 10, obviously, but he will keep getting closer and closer and closer. Could possibly look from him down the main straight. You can see 3 tenths of gap between Yannick and Drake. This will be a battle for 5th position on the grid. Legend and Daniel also close again. I don't know if Legend will be able to have the pace though to get back through on Daniel as they head down towards turn 1. We'll just keep on board with Yannick Schmidt for a couple of seconds. Oh, and his big slide! And he spun it there. That scared me for a moment.
That was close.
Definitely a cold brain for Yannick there as they charge.
It's the tyres. It's the tyres, Richie. They're going. 17 up on. I told you it's going to be a risk to get them to the end. And Vincent's going to have a go into turn number 1. He's right at the back of Tamas. I didn't really think about it.
All I'm going to say is the last time Vincent went into turn 1 behind an AlphaTauri, the AlphaTauri was turned round at turn 1.
Oh, good point, actually.
So it brings back the, what's the word? The, I suppose, PTSD for Vincent as well, because he got his penalty, didn't he? So
someone play Fortunate Son.
Also, Miller Mayap sitting in behind Vincent and Nick Viss as well, as they come through in towards 7 and 8. Tamascal right behind Yannick Schmidt. This battle for the midfield is getting really close. P5 all the way down to P11. It's all
Richie,
getting
close. My heart's starting to race a little bit. That Cameron could be on for his first ever win.
This is getting intense now. We're going to look at the battle at the front. We're nearly getting on to lap 32 and 33. Cameron leads by 7 tenths of a second with Jan sitting in behind. Cameron, 8% of battery, 10%. Oh. Jan has got 40.
Oh, this is it's like a horror movie as well.
This is going to be an interesting end, and it's going to be a fight between Jan and Cameron as they come down the main straight. On board with Jan, he's just not gaining anything, is he, really? He's gained a 10. He's gained another 10. He's gained 3 tenths in that straight.
It's like that scene in the last
Legend and Daniel into turn 1. That's Legend through, but that's Daniel onto the gravel there. Not the gravel, off track.
Exactly. This is going to get so many investigations, Richie. They're down in turn 1 today. Really struggling, but Legend up into 3rd.
I don't know where I got gravel trap from, but yeah.
It's like that scene in The Last of Us, the game, you know, with the rabbits out there, and it's all looking, it's all pretty, and then an arrow comes out of nowhere. And that's what I'm thinking, looking at the 1-2 right now. It's so tense. We're going to go to the last lap with a showdown. And look at this. Jan's got DRS on the run down towards turn 10. We need to have a look at it because it's all pretty close. Cameron's defending. It's like the last lap of the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix when we had Verstappen leading Raikkonen by similar tenths. And Gia Pedro is up into 9th position.
It's 29% to 8% as they head on to the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix here. The first race in F2, this is going to be a grandstand finish no matter who out of these two win. As they enter the final lap, is Jan going to be able to get close enough? 6 tenths is the gap as they head down the main straight. It's 5 tenths, it's 4 tenths.
He's going to go for it, down towards turn 1. He's going to try around the outside. Cameron going to defend with all his might. Jan this side. Cameron keeps ahead, and crucially, that used Jan's ERS. He's only got 5%. It's a neck-and-neck race to end the opening round of F2, and it's going to have to be done on the same territory. Cameron has 2%, Jan's got 2, and round goes Drake Dempsey. He's off.
Right,
Dempsey's off.
I still want to stick on board with Jan and Cameron because we've got another DRS zone coming up. This time, Jan's not got much ERS to help him. Cameron hasn't either. This is going to be the last opportunity for Jan Harden to get through on Cameron, and he's not close enough.
The last sector is a nightmare to overtake unless he gets a good run out of turn 16 through turn 12. I don't think he's got it. The hearts start to race. Is this Cameron's first win?
It could be.
Coming up, Richie, take it.
Cameron into turn 14 and 15 into the chicane. Jan just 5/10 behind. I think it's time. Cameron, for the first time ever, is a PSGL winner here at F2.
Yes! Brilliant! Yes! Fantastic! Fantastic! Couldn't do it in F3, couldn't do it in F4, and he's done it on debut in F2.
Cameron Dowds!
Brilliant!
Now, I'm honest, that has made my night. I'm actually smiling. I can't stop smiling. That is actually amazing.
Fantastic!
Superb.
Second. Legend holds off for third. Daniel's fourth. Yannick Smith rounds on the top 5. Tamascal goes 6th. Vincent 7th. Giappetro 8th. Hardy 9th. And Milan Miller in 10th position. And Bogdan Moldova, Drake Dempsey down to 12th. Leonard's 13th. Jamie's 14th. Camille 15th. Modesto Miller 16th. But Cameron Downs has done it in PSGL on F2's debut. He is number 1.
Bravo. Cameron said in the chat he's very happy. We need to make sure we can get Cameron in for an interview, and Jan and Legend as well. But what a race that was.
We've watched him through F4, we watched him in F3, we watched him in F2. That is such a victory. What a debut.
And you've got to remember, Cameron is 13 years old.
If he can do that at 13, he's an esport world champion in the waiting for the future.
But Tygo Hardy, driver of the day. But that was a really nice ending. Drake Dempsey, really, really, really unfortunate for him.
I need to stop. Wow.
Really, really nice. And we can see Cameron, that's obviously what...
Yeah, Jess, I might need a new chair. I'm back beneath the sides, it's fine.
There he is, Cameron Dowds. Obviously that's probably not what he looks like in real life, but, you know, it's close enough for reputation? No, representation. As, there we go, picks up the trophy for the first time.
19 consecutive point-scoring finishes.
18.
No, 19 now.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. And it ends with a race win.
Absolutely amazing. I can't believe that.
I can't believe it.
Absolutely amazing from Cameron. Right, we need to get interviews because I know who I want to speak to.
I'm waiting in the waiting room. Where is he? Just checked on Cameron. He's looking.
Look in the chat. Cameron's getting the congratulations absolutely everywhere. Harlem's probably feeling depressed at this point in time.
Oh, I think Drake Dempsey got hit by Yannick Smits, judging by what he said.
That's not ideal. But we're up to the interview screen, see if we can get someone in. Cameron's dad, 13 years old. Wow.
Get him in this chat. Get him in this, we want to hear from him. Man, it's Gordon Ramsay. What a defence. What a race. He's here. I'm dragging him in now.
I'm looking in the F2 channel. Oh, get him in. Cameron Dowds.
Brilliant! You've done it!
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely amazing there. That last lap defending was... you couldn't have done it any better.
Yeah.
Are you all right? You sound honestly either exhausted or just too emotional. You sound like Button after when he won.
Yeah, it was so intense at the end. Oh.
A first ever win in PSGL. And honestly, in F2, F4, F3, and you do it in F2. You certainly know how to make a debut. That was unbelievable. Honestly, I can't say anything. Like, I am honestly so elated. I know Richie's the same, but magnificent. That is some great defense. Just talk us through that last lap. I thought, round the outside, Jan really pushed it. You held your nerve, kept on the inside line for turn 3, and got that sort of secured off. you must have been shaky on that last lap when that happened.
Yeah. I knew I had a feeling he had more ERS because when I was getting out of the DRS, he was able to just get straight back in, and it seemed like he was just tapping the ERS button for a few seconds, and then on the second to last lap, it was just about pushing as much as I could to get as far away as I could. And then into turn one, I knew I was running really high wings, so it was like the braking was really good. So I knew I could brake quite deep. So I just broke as late as I could, and then I thought he'd have the momentum around the outside, but luckily I tried to like squeeze him just as much as I could, just to like maybe put him on the curb, and then I just held my line and took the inside. And then I thought he might have ERS to come back, but I could see like from behind that he was flashing, so I knew it was just all about not making a mistake after that.
That was honestly an amazing start, Richie.
That's got to be one of my favourite wins to watch someone. Wait, no. One of the favourite races to watch someone win. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
and
thank
obviously, round one, you've won the race. Would you say that means you're in a championship fight possibly this season?
Hopefully. It's going to be very tough. This grid is crazy. It's so tense.
And going into the race, you qualified P5. What was your like realistic goal for the race?
I thought a realistic goal would be maybe fourth or third, and then I got really lucky with that safety car, and then it was just about trying to hold the position.
Went really well. So yeah, well done, Cameron. Really,
thank you.
Proud. So
well done.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll
F2
see.
championship leader. This is unbearable.
It is. But thanks, Cameron.
Your dad just said best race he's ever done, and it's F2.
I'll get him a bag of Haribo.
Honestly, mega. I'm lost for words. Mega.
Yeah, thank you.
But thanks, Cameron, for joining us. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye. See you.
Right, Josh, we've got one more person, someone we haven't spoken to before, which is Legend. Hello, Legend. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what a race!
Yeah. P3.
Put it in P3. Great defending, great attacking as well. But there's a couple of things that everyone's thinking it was on the line. What was your take on some of the moves that happened, especially down at turn number 1?
Yeah, the last move maybe wasn't too clean. Yeah, I apologize to him. So I think it's okay. But that's not how you want to overtake. But I thought he backed out and he was still there. So I saw the red arrow turn white, and then it turned back red again. So that's always a little bit, frustrating to see that on a game that the arrow is not always exactly where the car is. So, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, good start. You started the top 10, didn't you?
Yeah, I started P14 with the wet qualifying.
Absolutely amazing then. P14 to P3.
Yeah.
Not got any better.
Well, yeah, the qualifying was wet. Obviously, I haven't touched wet on this game or on this PC because it's my first race on PC.
Yeah.
So it was going quite good. Pace was there. Obviously, a little bit lucky with the safety car, but yeah, I take it.
You come out of PSF 1 point behind last season, so you're one of the best probably on the PlayStation side. And what would you say there's actually any noticeable difference between PS and PC in your opinion?
No, there's not much. I just think that the traction is a little bit better on PC.
Oh.
So yeah, that's I think the only thing.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll hope to see you next week if you're racing, of course. So
yes,
see you next time. Good. Right, see you later. Bye.
Goodbye.
And then we've got one more person. We've got Pesso, who's here joining us. Hello.
Jan, can you hear us?
Sì, ragazzi, I can hear you.
Oh, what a race! You had second place, but my goodness me, did you make everybody go into turn number 1 there on the last lap? Just talk us through it.
Honestly, I thought I had him, but he suddenly appeared alongside me, and I was like, bro, how did he defend that? Cameron had like insane pace. I thought I had it because I managed to gain a lot of ERS behind him for the last 10 laps. But yeah, I just wasn't fast enough. This is probably the most depressing P2 I've ever had.
Don't
Wow.
listen back to our commentary then when we were excited for Cameron winning his first ever race. Honestly, and that was amazing. Second in the title now, and you've got pace. It was a 2-horse race throughout as well. Don't be too disheartened because it puts you in a great position for the championship. And Singapore's next, and the last time we raced there, you were actually quite good.
Yeah, obviously Singapore. I love street tracks, but I won't be here for Singapore, unfortunately.
Oh,
We are on a family holidays, so that's very unlucky for me. But yeah,
Well, there's still
Right,
another
well-
10
at,
races
at
to
least
do
I can relax.
I've got this little invention. It's called TeamViewer.
it.
Whoa, team viewer.
Well-
Isn't there like 2-second latency or something? You know?
Well, in Singapore, it won't matter too much. If you get in front, then no one will.
Well, I remember, what was it now? Last season, you did join F3 2 races late, so, and you was right behind in the championship then, so, you know, I don't think missing one race is going to affect it too much.
Well, definitely. I need every point, you know, and I think I would get some points in Singapore if I didn't crash or something. So yeah, I mean, I will still give it everything. Yeah.
Of course. Well, thanks for joining us, Jan. It's nice to have you
Thanks,
in
Jan.
with us. And we'll
Yeah,
see
thank
you at
you.
round 3.
Yeah.
So,
See ya.
see ya. Goodbye.
Yeah.
There we go, Josh. Whew.
Well, that was
Hang
a
on, let's get us back on the camera
eventful.
1 second. We can't be leaking the Discord like I did last time. There you go.
Yeah, you're not. You are needed to run and hide now this evening. You have to
Right, there we go.
commentating, cursing about 5 drivers.
What a race that was. Absolute. I thought, right, we got Spain. It's not the worst, it's not the best. God damn was I wrong. That was one of my favourite races. Listen,
keep
I'm
saying
not.
that.
No, listen, that's why I said 1. My favourite will still be Belgium last season at
last year's
F3.
Belgium.
But it's one of my favourites, top 5. But
That was eventful. That was great. And it
was.
took a while to get going.
Everyone
Everyone was stuck in the
but
train.
once it got going,
It was certainly like, oh my god, we need to take a breather.
yeah.
And that you said as well, you were awake early, weren't you, this morning,
Mhm.
same as me for testing. That certainly kept us alert. And,
Definitely.
and definitely, it's like we were all like flagging after testing. But wow, did that kick up some adrenaline as well? That
Let's
was
just say,
fantastic.
Josh, before we
Yeah.
start the stream, you sounded a lot more tired than you do now.
Yeah, I was literally like almost asleep as well. Hardly had any voice after commentate on the testing, and then all of a sudden, bang! It just goes, and that's what it does. The
It's
adrenaline
literally like a
kicks you as
dopamine
well.
rush, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic. As I've actually now got to go out and help my friend who runs a gym
Oh,
get some equipment in as well. So that's going to take up an hour or so. So I don't think I'll get to bed until 10. I've got to be up at 10:30, so I've got to be up at 5.
so you got a
So,
busy night ahead.
Yeah, thumbs up. Dear. But what a start to the F2. Absolutely fantastic. And what a debut for us as well to make our
Exactly.
permanent appearance in F2 with Cameron winning his first ever race. And it's in F2.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
really nice. And yet again, I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. The chat was really nice today. We had lots of people in there, and we had some nice viewing as well. I think we had about 100 at one point, which is really nice, and we do appreciate it. But before we go, remember to go to gtomega.co.uk so you can get the 5% discount code for the GT Omega chairs. I believe they brought out the new Apex chairs. I haven't really looked into them yet, but they do look quite cool. So go and check them out if you've got time. Or the Apex rig, something like that. It's Apex something. But if you've got time and you've got the money, just go and have a look. Why not? And if you do buy something, remember PSGL for 5% off.
I can't wait. This is going to be an amazing season in F2, Richie.
It is.
And Singapore next time out is going to be even better. A street circuit, it's going to go the hour. They always do.
Yeah.
So we might actually get a timed race instead, which is unusual in esports. But I can't wait. This is going to be absolutely fantastic.
It will.
Accidents galore, safety car galore. F2 is just getting better and better.
It is. It really is. So, yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us here. And we'll be back next week at 8 p.m, as usual, for the second round of the PCF2 Championship, where we'll see Cameron defending for the championship. So, thank you for joining. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This broadcast was brought to you by GT Omega, proudly supporting PSGL.